Hello, I'm Claudia Kay, and welcome back to my channel. So I've got a Goodwill haul. You guys, you're not gonna believe this. You are not gonna believe this. I might use it as my promo picture, so you'll believe it because you already saw it. But I walk into Goodwill, and honestly, I wasn't like looking to get a huge amount of stuff because this is garage sale season. Prices are generally better at garage sales, and so I don't hit the thrift stores near as much as I would in the winter. But I had to go to the post office, and I just wanted to get out of the house for a little bit. Obviously, Monday's not a garage sale day. This was yesterday. And so I thought I'll just walk around. I'll do a little looky-loo, and then I will get back home because I had a sale at one. But the very first thing I found, oh my goodness, I still can't get over this. This was the very first thing I found. And Blanco's always good, right? But the mark on this, when I got home and looked it up, right here, this mark was only used between spring of 1958 and summer of 1961. No chips, no cracks. There is a bit of, see right there, a little bit of scratching. I think it probably set where, with the shifting of the house, it may have bumped up against a wall or a shelf, you know, something in a cabinet. This blue is stunning. It's amazing. It's this gorgeous peacocky blue. And if you don't know anything about Blanco, they are still in production today. I follow them on Instagram. But to find a piece, I mean, it's always good to find these, even if they're current ones, but to find a piece from the very era of time that I most love, it's amazing. I'm still just, you know, riding the high of finding a good find. So I kept looking. And also, if you see something that you are interested in buying, go ahead and contact me. You don't have to wait for a sale. This will not be in next week's sale because next week's Glass with Class, I will be at my daughter's. I'm going to be cat sitting while she's on vacation. And so I'm only going to be selling smalls for next week's Glass with Class because I don't want to transport a bunch of big pieces with me to her house. So, if this is something you are currently interested in, let me know. And I was kind of not sure where to price it because of its age and because it was only made for that very limited amount of time, for those 3 years. So 4 years, 3 years, 3 years, 58 to 61. So, yeah, it's pretty amazing. I don't know. Maybe I should save it. I don't know. But, okay, so this is the first thing I found, right? So, I was barely into, whoa, jingle, 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 barely into the aisles. And I found something for myself. And I thought she didn't have any damage because her hands were, she's missing her umbrella. But when I got home, I realized her bow has been severely. But this is for me. I love that she has spaghetti. Now, I collect the poodles with spaghetti. I actually collect all the poodles, but the ones with spaghetti are my favorite. And then I just have a few of these that I found that are sitting in my bedroom. I've never found one with spaghetti on it before, so I fell in love with her. She's a Lefton, but she's for me. And Mom keeps these paper umbrellas up there on the coffee bar, so she has a little paper umbrella. But I got that for me. And then they wheel out a fresh cart. So I go over and take a look, and there is a bunch of Franciscan desert rose. But there's people mobbing the cart. So the one thing that I grabbed off of the cart when I walked over there was this bag of craft supplies. This was only $4. And while I won't keep the stamps, I figured if the ink pads were still good, I'd already made my money back. Because there were this hot pink. Now I haven't tested them out yet, but there were this many ink pads in here for $4. And then this set of stamps, which I absolutely will use because I have a set of letters but don't have numbers with them. And then there was a tiny oh, there's one more stamp pad, another pink tiny set of letters. I will also use those. So just for these, it was worth it. But for all of these ink pads, so I'll have to get those tested out and see, but they don't look dried out. So we will see on those. And then had a bunch of these cutters too, which I will use. And then had sparkles, but a bunch of stamps, which I probably won't keep the stamps, but, and even some ribbon. This bag for $4 was more than worth it. More than worth it. Because you probably would have paid more than $4 for just the letter stamps, which I will absolutely use. So this was the only thing that I grabbed off the cart. And then, because I am a step back and let other people buy what they want, and then I will come look. So then I went on through the shelves, and I found this from 1938. Right here. Made in America. Now it does have a little bit of something right there, and then a little bit of damage right here. But I thought, how gorgeous would that be just hanging on a wall? But it came with the marbles. I haven't opened them to count them yet. I will, but and it's the original box that came with it. I love this, especially this guy right here. Love that. And then I found Treasure Craft. So far I found Blanco, I found Lefton, I found Treasure Craft, I found Franciscan Desert Rose. Like, you know, this is a good day, right? And I'm always going to pick up Treasure Craft. And I do have some California people that follow me, so maybe someone will want the little planter / pen holder. I think that would be really cool on your desk with pens in it. Or maybe you just want to collect all of the states, a Treasure Craft piece from every state. I got California. Then I found Goodwill. Goodwill from West Germany. And I see it listed as a soap dish, but it's the biggest soap dish. But if you're going to put like fancy soaps in it and maybe having it have it sit in the guest bathroom, maybe, but she's fantastic. I was teasing Dad because I share a bathroom with my dad, and Mom shares a bathroom with my two nieces. And I was teasing Dad that I was going to replace our current fish and shell dish soaps in there for this one. I'm not, because I'm afraid her neck would get broken. But found Goodwill, and then found Starbucks. This is the 2019 Valentine's Day mug because this is heart confetti in the handle. How fun is that? This one's currently listed with a chip on it for $40 on eBay, which is absurd. Absurd. But that was a fun find. And I found it's a Libby. But how gorgeous is that? And then I found another one of these. Mom had found 2 for my birthday. So I found another one of these really pretty heart mugs. In fact, I drank out of one of them upstairs this morning. Not that one, but one of them. So obviously then I was into the clear glass. So, oh no, I did find one thing before I got to clear glass that was green glass. Indiana glass, tiara, just little Lourdes, Last Supper. But it's this pretty green. Doesn't glow, but really pretty pale green. And I always pick these up when I find them. No chips, no cracks. And I had gotten this because of the retro cat. I don't think it's vintage, but I didn't realize how this bit was coming away from this bit in there. It looked like it was in the bottom of someone's purse. So I was disappointed in that. It's a compact mirror. Ooh. But I loved the cat design on it. Okay, so then I'm into clear glass, and I picked this up for me. I didn't even know what it was, but I thought, how cool would it be to put my brooches in here in my bedroom? Because it's so thin, it's not going to take up a lot of space, but I'll be able to display some brooches there, right? And I get home and I'm showing my mom. She's like, that's an olive server. And I'm like, what? No. And so I did a Google image search, and sure enough, it is an olive server. It's a fancy olive server. So I can't wait to see if I can get some of my brooches in here and see how it's going to look. I picked this up, and no, I still do not know what it's for. I don't know if it had a salt and pepper in here, but it had this really pretty design on it. Google image search showed nothing, but it was just cute. Then I found this, and it's missing its top, but it's an Ellie Smith perfume bottle from the 1940s. And it is beautiful. The top would have been at least as tall as the bottle, if not taller, and would have had one of these eyes dead center in it. So I had to, it was beautiful. So I had to get it. And then I picked up, because it's summer and we are entertaining, this pitcher from France. Just because it's a cool shaped pitcher. So you could do lemonade, you could do your fancy summer alcoholic drinks in here. You could just do your peppermint water in here. But pick that one up. I liked the shape because it was square on the bottom, round on top. And so then I swung back around to the cart, which now everybody had left alone. Let me just check and make sure that I covered everything. Because that was a lot of stuff, I thought, for just a quick run-in. Yep, that was everything. So I swung back around, and now that nobody was there and I had time to look, I saw the piggy bank. Now, I am not one to ever look up prices while in the store. It's my brain just never wants to inconvenience anybody. And usually you don't have a signal in there anyway. But I thought, if I'm going to take a chance on this, I'm going to look it up. So I did stand there since nobody was around, and I looked it up and could not believe the price that these go for. Now, it does not have its original plug I am going to look on Amazon and see if you can get replacement ones. I'll have to measure it and see. So it doesn't have its original plug, but it is the Franciscan. There's the little F right there. No chips, no cracks. There is, it looks like somebody put their fingerprint in the glaze right here. You can feel it and see it a tiny bit. So it looks like somebody did one of these in the glaze. And the cookie jar, which I couldn't believe the price the cookie jars go for either. So picked up the cookie jar, no chips, no cracks. I love the handle on the Franciscan. So I went ahead and picked them up. Couldn't believe it. And the way that I price is I go look at sold comps on eBay, and then I kind of take an average of what the highest things sold for and the lowest things sold for, and then I bring it to you guys. Now, if I was listing on eBay, which I need to start doing, you know, I'm going to go with the higher price because it's reaching a wider audience. eBay's taking their cut. So I try to keep things just a little bit under. I also look at the current listings and try to keep it just a little under current listings. So there was a glass piece that I sold on Monday, and all of the current listings were more than what I priced it at, except for one. So that's how I do my pricing right now. And it's difficult pricing, and other resellers can be upset sometimes that my prices are low, except that in Ohio, in the area I'm at, I'm getting a good price on it. So I'm passing that along to you. And I do have some resellers that buy from me because they can still make a profit reselling it in their area. So if you don't know, cost of living in Ohio is lower than a lot of other states, even with the current rise in prices. So it's kind of how I price things. But also, if you think I have priced something too high and you would like to make an offer for less, all I can do is say no if I think it's too little, or I can say, absolutely, I think you're right. That was probably the price I should have priced at. So don't be afraid to reach out to me, as long as you're not afraid of rejection, because I might say no. But that's kind of how I figure my pricing. I know people that live in New York and California and Arizona and Florida have to price higher because they have to pay more for their items. So I'm never going to criticize anybody's prices. But that's how I do my pricing as of right now. That's how I do my pricing. So I try to be very fair with my pricing, but keep in mind that I also probably paid less for it than people in other states had to pay for the exact same item because cost of living is lower here. That's all. So I currently have a mug static sale up. That will be good through the weekend, those prices. And tomorrow I will have a coffee chat and a small sale Wednesday morning at 10 a.m. And you can join me there. We do the altered book and talk about crafty stuff, and then I do a small sale. We try to keep it at just an hour. And then next week I will be at my daughter's, and so we will see how the lives go from my daughter's place. It'll be interesting. I'm going to take like my holder for my phone, but I'm not going to take my ring light. She has 2 big windows in her living room, so I'm hoping I'll have enough natural light that day. It'll be fun. As always, remember, be kind. It doesn't cost you anything. It may mean everything to someone else. Bye.